The effect that has the entire world questioning its existence. What in the world is the One Piece effect? So I saw a TikTok the other day about a new One Piece fan watching the series for the first time, and how taken aback they were about One Piece as a whole. And in the comments, I saw an interesting phrase being mentioned, which was quote unquote, the One Piece effect. For years, One Piece has been dominating the scene, starting all the way back in 1997. We all have our own favorite characters, favorite arcs in the story, and our own perceptions as to why One Piece is so damn great. Yet, we all share this common feeling, this one common feeling, when it comes to One Piece, and it's something that cannot be explained so simply, even with me making this video about it right now. There's a lot of contributing factors with this common feeling, but I'll try to break it down as much as possible, and truly be able to define the One Piece effect. So, let's start off fairly simple. A lot of One Piece fans at the beginning of the series started watching just to, test the waters and see what the anime manga was really all about. The true purpose of starting One Piece was to originally compare to something else, most likely being your previous favorite anime. Or who knows, maybe it still is, but you still regard One Piece fairly highly. Either way, the point was to showcase that One Piece wasn't worth all of your time, and you wanted to prove to yourself that your favorite show could beat the series that was infamously long and that everyone keeps begging you to start. So, you finally start the series, and this 17-year-old rubber teenager, who definitely has some sort of ADHD by the way, you see him absolutely get into it and take over this grand pirate world. But even then, you're still kind of skeptical about getting into the show, so you try to look even further to see what everyone is hyping up. Then you get to meet characters like Zoro, who have this very cool vibe to him, very nice stoic thing that makes most people get very interested into the story almost immediately. Then you start to get a bit more interested overall in what's going on. Then finally, the real bait comes in, and it gets 99% of new watchers to stay for the rest of the series. Some of you guys might be thinking, oh, it has to be Arlong Park, right? And you guys are kinda correct, and I'll explain why. The real pull that One Piece has is the element of the backstory, and it goes beyond just the main character or some important side characters as well. By episode 10, you've already seen a backstory of how Luffy became a pirate, set his goal to become Pirate King, and established his will early on. But we also get another backstory that moves everyone, and that's the backstory of Shushu. Out of all the characters Oda wants to give a meaningful backstory to, he chooses a loyal dog. But that decision means something, and it isn't just a random choice. Oda probably chose a dog because, for one, everyone likes dogs, and two, it was a simple story that everyone could relate to, and that's the key part we have to understand, the idea of perspectives. Perspectives, in my opinion, are one of the main things that makes One Piece so great. It allows us to see the different landscapes and environments, which helps us understand different characters and different elements of the story so much better. That's why there are so many different backstories and pieces of history to many different characters in the story. Oda wants to create a genuine world in which we're able to see the many different facets of life and how some perspectives show us different values the world of One Piece has to offer. In all honesty, that's why One Piece is so long, although I am gonna disregard pacing issues for now, even though they are there for sure. But One Piece definitely isn't perfect, but pacing is honestly much more of a post-time skip problem in my opinion. But anyway, back to perspectives, it's definitely the main reason why One Piece is such a grand adventure. I mean, if you want to experience the world as much as possible, right? You're gonna have to look through multiple different lenses to see what the world has to offer. The true beauty of different perspectives in One Piece is honestly how a lot of different subplots are able to intersect with one another, which creates this grand event happening at almost every island we visit to in the One Piece world. We see this in Arlong Park, when we have to look at multiple different perspectives between Luffy, Nami, Arlong, and many other characters as well. But there's one extra thing that helps push this idea of perspectives over the edge in Arlong Park, and helps us realize why we love this damn story so much, and it's dreams. If you guys are new to the channel, first of all, please subscribe. I don't know why you haven't hit the red button yet, but might as well. And second, I recently dropped a video about my theory of what the Will of D stands for, and if you guys don't want to get spoiled on the video, I'll leave a link in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. But the main point that we talked about in the video was specifically dreams. Now, let's tie in perspectives that we receive throughout the story with dreams that people have in One Piece. And you get these amazing stories about people's lives that are so interesting because throughout the whole story, they're able to follow their dreams, which is very, very important. And what's even more important is that for each perspective we look at in the story, we can resonate with how each character feels about their own dreams. Whether it's the Straw Hat Crew, the Worst Generation, Kobe in the Marines, or even a random character like Shushu. The fact that Oda is able to share with us the dreams that these characters have allows us to look at their true nature, understand more about them, and before you know it, we follow the dreams of these characters episode by episode, and you're hooked just like. Funny thing is, that's not even the most apt description or way to describe the One Piece effect. There's still one thing that we're missing, and the key to understanding it is to understand us. Now, I know that probably a lot of you were just confused by what I just said, and granted, it doesn't make any sense without context, so let's have some, shall we? What I mean by us is that we as a One Piece community are able to understand our role in the story. What do we get from watching One Piece? And to answer that question, we just have to look at what kept us in awe for the past 1,000 or so episodes. The dreams that are being achieved in the story. Luffy's will to constantly push forward and achieve his dream in life while attaining true freedom. That feeling is being transferred to us. And not by mistake either. By seeing so many perspectives of multiple different people achieving their dreams, it gives us a reality check. It gives us that awareness that we can also achieve our own dreams as well. And that's what the One Piece effect truly stands for. I mean, let's look at the physical representation of the fanbase in the story, which is Bartolomeo. I mean, it's quite clear that if any fan of One Piece was in the story, we would be just like Bartolomeo. Absolutely obsessed with the Straw Hats and loving them at every step of the way. But if we take a look at Bartolomeo's journey, which is pretty much our journey, you can learn a whole lot by what we should perceive from this grand adventure that is One Piece. Bartolomeo himself started out on his journey to become a pirate because he was awestruck by what happened to Luffy all the way back in Logtown, and he has been following his journey ever since. And he was so inspired by Luffy that he dropped everything to set out to sea and achieve his true dream, which in this instance would be becoming an underling of Luffy and helping him become king of the pirate. Now, similarly to Bartolomeo, One Piece is also the lives of many fans all over the world. I mean, look at me. Never in my life did I think I would actually have the courage to create my own YouTube channel, create videos about stuff that I love. But here we are now. And I bet that One Piece has been the cause of some sort of crazy shift in other people's lives as well. I mean, honestly speaking, I have no clue what I'll do when the series ends. Thankfully, don't have to worry about that right now. So, let's go back to the main point of this video, the One Piece. I think now with more context, we can properly define what it means and how to explain the reasoning for its enormous success. The One Piece effect. The emotional phenomenon a person experiences when they watch something that invokes multiple different perspectives while simultaneously getting extremely attached to a character's dreams, thus evolving into an obsession to seek out and achieve one's own dream as well.